Hi Elisabeth, how are you doing today? I hope you're feeling well, and I hope that you are ready for another Freestyle monthly reading. Let me shuffle the cards, and as I'm doing it, I would like to ask you to connect with any recent themes, topics, or questions that have been on your mind that you would like to bring into this reading energetically. This is a reading without a topic, so we're not focusing on any specific theme here. It's going to be the cards that reveal to you what needs to be talked about, but at the same time, I'm advising you to take some time to connect with yourself on that level to see if there's anything that comes up that you can connect with this reading. And as I'm shuffling the cards, I would also like to ask you to deepen your breath, perhaps with a sigh. Just let some tension go. Let go of the stress that is stored in the body. Make sure that your inhales and exhales are strong and long and deep. Enjoy the fresh quality of air entering your system. Enjoy this gentle rhythm of inhales and exhales. Okay, so as you're connecting with your breathing and the present moment, I'm going to go ahead and draw our first card, which represents the topic of today's reading. Next is your energetic relation to the topic. And we are going to take it from there. So, this is the freestyle reading that is structured this way. It's a very spontaneous reading. So we're going to see where it takes you, where it takes us. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands as the topic, the main theme, and the Queen of Cups as your relation to it. Okay. All right. So first off, in terms of the topic, the Eight of Wands. This is the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands. It exists on that level of actions, reactions, passions. It's a very fierce, very intense energy, and it is all about movement. So the Eight of Wands is kind of like synonymous with progress and movement and staying busy. So the topic is being busy, feeling like you're on your way towards something, enjoying the hustle and bustle of life, being connected with that intense flow of events, emotions, different realizations, surface moments that are kind of flowing in front of your eyes. It's the world of phenomenon. It's as if you're observing life from an external point of view. And it's this hunger for input, for stimulation that this card represents. So a lot has been going on for you. You've been very, very busy. Your mind, your body, your consciousness is pretty much occupied and tied up in these various processes. With the Eight of Wands, there's always this sense of not being able to relax, not being able to find a point of calm, a point of silence. And sometimes that's just what we need. Sometimes that's a really good thing. We really enjoy the carnival of these different impulses, impressions, this flow of different characters that we meet, the variety of different activities that we can involve ourselves in. So it is in the center of your consciousness, of your universe right now, to have this experience of life, of it being very quickly, rapidly flowing, and having this this sort of quick-paced rhythm to it, and you just going with it. Okay. Now, your relation to this almost temporary sense of existence is represented by the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love in your heart, that a lot of generosity, a lot of emotional openness. She's the Queen of Hearts. She's the Queen of Emotions. So her base understanding of life is through emotions. We have two opposing elements here, fire and water. So while life is happening around you, and it's happening in a really dynamic and robust fashion, within you there's this tiny little voice, this Queen of Cups presence that wishes to connect and that is thirsty for some sense of attachment, some sense of normalcy, quote unquote, in the sense that she has this great ability to give love, to support others through her empathy and emotional generosity. But she's also a vessel. She's also the recipient of love. She is very absorbent of this general sense of love energy. So she's taking it slow, or she wants to take it slow. She wants to spend some time with the emotional depth of situations, but it seems as though the Eight of Wands is too quickly paced, too much of a rapid fire situation for her to be able to really investigate and really go deep with her emotions. So to me it seems like it's almost like the Eight of Wands is holding the hand of the Queen of Cups, who is the Queen of Cups wants nothing more than to just stay in one place for a little bit, have a look around, and have this sort of vertical investigation into the depths of the moment, while the Eight of Wands wants to march forward and do this lateral exploration of equally important or unimportant things. It wants to experience or present to you the diversity of life, while the Queen of Cups within you desires meaning and significance. So the Eight of Wands takes the Queen of Cups by the hand and drags her through life. It's as though you are in the middle of a crowd, of a big crowd, a very noisy marketplace where wherever you look, there's interesting things happening, and something will always attract your attention, your eyes. It's this huge variety of impulses that are being presented to you, but you're being dragged, you're being pulled away from each phenomenon very quickly, and so you don't have time and space to really explore the depths of each situation. Okay, so let's see what you can do with that when life is happening too quickly, when there's too much going on, but in your heart you want to take a little bit of time and stop and have a look around and connect with whatever is going on emotionally. And there's also this desire to understand emotionally yourself and other people as well. So when you're being dragged by the Eight of Wands in that fashion, it's as though the chalice that you're holding, which is full of water, your pure emotional energy, it's spilling, so it goes to waste. Okay, so let's see what you can do here to make sure that you don't get stuck, because I think the Eight of Wands is in action in your life because you need to make a move forward. So it has its very specific purpose, but let's see how you can make sure that it is for your benefit. And let's see how you can utilize the Queen of Cups' energy even under somewhat high pressure or rapidly changing circumstances. How can you still access the Queen of Cups' energy? Next, what is something that you should be focusing on as you move forward with the flow? Okay, we'll see if these cards are giving you enough information. If not, we're going to draw some more cards, but let's see for now. Okay, how can you benefit from the Eight of Wands? And we have the Knight of Wands here. So this is within the same suit, the suit of Wands. And we have a Knight appearing, which Knights are always very spontaneous and risk-taking, but more about that later. Okay, so how can you still benefit from the Queen of Cups' energy even throughout a somewhat intensely changing time? And we have the Knight of Pentacles for you. Okay. All right, what to focus on. And here we have the Four of Cups. Okay. Okay, so the significance of having the Eight of Wands to have this really elaborate and swiftly changing landscape around you this rapid fire of events, unexpected twists and turns, and this great flow pushing you forward. The reason for it and the way to benefit from it, to manage it, is to understand that this is present in your life right now in order to invite this Knight of Wands character. This is a segment of you, the Knight of Wands. As I was saying, knights in general are somewhat, I don't want to say irresponsible, but impulsive, unpredictable. They have this whimsical streak to them where they much rather act on impulse, on spontaneous feelings than carefully planned out, than taking carefully planned out action. So they're not very good at long-term planning. They're existing in the moment. And this type of existence, it has its benefits and it has its downsides. But in your life right now, I think the Knight of Wands is being invited to the table, this more spontaneous, more fiery, more bold, audacious character. It's being invited, it's being pulled out of you, out of your psyche, because you need it. You need the element of adventure. You need a challenge. You need to be able to release some level of chaos, some level of playfulness, and curiosity from within you. And when you are put in this Eight of Wands situation, you really have no other choice than to kind of roll with it. And this is almost like a training ground for you to let go of some of the anxiety around consequences, some anxiety around personal responsibility. The Knight of Wands is free in the sense that he is not yet fully tuned into what it means to be an adult. Knights in general represent that highly immature teenage and late adolescent and early adulthood energy, where you're not fully in control of yourself because you just don't understand a lot of things. And that lack of understanding, interestingly, highly correlates with creativity, with courage, but also with risk-taking and violence. So a dash of this teenage energy is a good thing, especially when you're an adult and you're buried by your responsibilities, and you kind of exist in a paradigm of, I have to do certain things, I have obligations, and I have limitations to who I am. In those situations, the Knight of Wands it's very liberating if you give it a little bit of space. The thing is, with the Eight of Wands, you don't even have the opportunity to apply the same precision as when life is flowing at a more even pace. Things are coming at you so quickly, situations are changing so rapidly that you don't have time to deliberate, you don't have time to come up with the right response in all cases. And experiencing that lack of moral burden, because you cannot help but make somewhat impulsive decisions if you want to keep moving, I think that can be healthy in certain smaller doses, smaller amounts. So this is why your life is unfolding this way. This is why you have this this intense script running in your life right now, of where life is throwing you all kinds of scenarios, and there's a lot of randomness involved as well, or seemingly random events. Let's move on to how you can still benefit from the Queen of Cups during these circumstances. And we have the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Earth, is the card of building structures for your own benefit. So it's a very self-governed and self-directed energy. So it's not about focusing on communal interests. It's also not about sabotaging communal interests. It's just that its focus is, how do I mold, how do I modify my existence and my environment to fit my needs, and how do I experience personal growth? So that's where the Nine of Pentacles is coming from. So a lot of the love that the Queen of Cups, and a lot of the patience and the emotional inquisitiveness that the Queen of Cups is embodying, it is best spent on, quote-unquote, spent on or invested into practical things, projects that that you can engage with independently of what is going on outside, quote-unquote outside. So having your own pet project throughout these times of intense change and twists and turns and this roller coaster that the Eight of Wands is alluding to, it's more important than ever. So converting emotional energy into something that you are creating, and for that reason, because you are the originator, you are the creator of that project. Let's say, just a very basic example, you're writing a book. Anything can be happening outside. There could be all kinds of intricate situations arising around you where you're thrown from one event to another, one situation to another. That could be happening, but still, when you retreat to the Nine of Pentacles project, you are in full control, and you have a possibility to go deep. You have a possibility to emotionally connect, but it needs to be something that is self-initiated. That's my point. And in terms of focus, the Four of Cups is telling you that preserving your emotional energy and protecting it and channeling it in the right way should be your primal focus here, because, as I was saying, the Eight of Wands pulling you, kind of pushing you around a little bit, wanting you to see everything. It's making it very difficult to externalize this love, this love energy that the Queen of Cups represents. So the best choice that you can make in this situation is to keep it, to store it, and to channel it into the Nine of Pentacles. So, Elisabeth, I hope that you enjoy this reading. Thank you very much for joining me and for supporting my work. I hope to see you in our next reading.